Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragoon X Omega II. Last episode, we just crossed the Great Divide. We ended up right outside this mine here. Got a bunch of robots inside the mine. They'll give us a little bit more backstory. The railjet uses a magnetic force to levitate above the rails. The hover bike you have will make contact with the rails, instantly electrocuting you. So those white things are electric rails that'll transport us around, but they're inoperable right now. There's one railjet left, but the control room is locked. We're going to have to come back here later when we get that key. And there's another reason we want to come back here later. Is this robot that we talked to right here. It talks about nanomachines. Over the centuries, I worked on creating a technology lost since we dwelled on Shurek. Nanomachines. However, I lack a substance with the physical properties to facilitate it. That's basically our class change. We have to, doing that side quest, we'll end up eventually getting that item that that robot needs, and that'll allow us to class change. Class change in this game basically just is going to allow us to use the level 7 and level 8 PSI spells. It's the only advantage of the class change. It's not like some classes in Final Fantasy 1 that get a major advantage, like they get new equipment to equip, new weapons to use. But still, it's a big advantage because the level 7 and 8 PSI spells are really, really good. Basically, like the fast spell gives an extra attack, the fade spell, the nuke spell, and the cure force spell. So there's more of those rails. They connect beyond the Great Divide. We're gonna have to travel back and forth beyond the Great Divide a few more times. Just explore this area around here. We want to make sure that we're kind of healed up after each battle near full hit points, because there's a monster in here called the Pharaohs. It looks like a behemoth, and it's really, really tough. There's no way we can take it on right now at this low level, and you just have to run away. And sometimes it can be difficult to run away from. It might take you 2 or 3 turns before you can run from it. It does about like 70 to 80 damage, so you're only going to be able to survive 2 to 3 hits from it, so that's why you want to make sure that our hit points are full. So that if we do run into one of them, we're able to survive it. To the north is a pathway to a desert. We're going to learn about that in a little bit. We want to head to the south here to get to this village here. Luckily I did not run into any of those Pharaohs enemies. Mainly ran into bandits. You can run into groups of 1 to 3 bandits. So if you have a casting to the G-Rot spell, use that on them. Two of them usually can finish a bandit off. Just oddly, we don't have many strangers coming into our town. I very know Earl. Welcome to Eisenfort. The slag mine is to the south. Once shipped vast quantities of the resources across Merkah. Over 1,000 years ago, calamity befell Merkah. Horrible beasts appeared, but still haunt us to this day. Civilization collapsed under the weight of the assault overnight. There's a cave to the north here that leads to the Urus Desert, blocked by a cave-in. This is one of the last places we can get herbs. We don't really need the herbs. We could buy some more PSI spells, but we're just actually saving our money for the next town. There's another town close to this one. We're going to have to do a lot of level grinding before we move on to the desert. I lost my mother several winters ago. I can't bear to lose Anna as well. Cough, cough. Oh. Anna has bacteria bronchitis. We have no drugs to treat the thing, so I fear she's going to die. So this is basically kind of the end of the side quest. The Fortress of Necrozar lies in the Ura Desert, the only outer baronome on the continent of Rosella. So after this episode, like I said, we're going to do some level grinding. We're also going to basically do the side quest. So it ends there. We get anti-radiation pills from Anna, and that allows us to enter the bonus dungeon, the nuclear power plant. It's kind of like the sky tower, the desert tower in Final Fantasy 1. Without the chime, you can't enter it. You just try to enter it, and it won't even let you into it. But once you have those anti-radiation pills, it lets you enter that bonus dungeon. Long ago, a fusion reactor melted down for the west, spraying fire for cons. It is said that it's still lethal to try and enter that place. So yeah, that's the bonus dungeon. So next episode, I'll go through the entire side quest. I'll cut out all the backtracking, but I held it off until now because, like I said, I want to see the different dialogue that people gave. So obviously they're going to give different dialogue when they're actually doing the side quest or transferring the items that we need. So I made a save here because there's going to be like a little bonus section here, hidden passageway. It has some really good items in it, but the monsters in there are really, really tough. They're the render monsters. They're a palette swap of this. Render monsters were the knight equivalent enemies in Dragoon X Omega I from Dragon Quest I. But the equipment here is really, really good. So, this might be Skiffles, the elder son. Went pretty far, but he didn't make it all the way. So there's that Ferris enemy. I'm going to try to run away. Now I purposely got to a battle right outside here, in the hopes that it reset the encounter table where I'd have a long stretch between new encounters. So I go and I grab the Opta here, then I go grab the Zeit helmet. Now there's a Zeit armor, some money, and another accessory over to the left. We're going to get the armor because it's, but we're going to make a second trip to get that armor right now. We don't want to tempt our fate in here, so I just want to grab that Zeit helmet, use the Opta to increase my agility, my psych, and my luck by 1, and then I'm going to get out of here. So I'll be coming back in here, and when I do that, that's when I will get the other, the Zeit armor. The Zeit armor is, like I said, really, really good. It's basically 2 steps up from what we could get. Back in Eisenfort there, that town, you can get carbon armor, which gives 21 defense, and then the next armor available is power armor, which gives 25 defense. The Zeit armor that we can find here gives 38, so it's a massive boost. Helmet that we just got there, it is 4 more defense than the carbon helmet that we could buy in Eisenfort and the upcoming power helmet we can buy. So yeah, just by grabbing that Zeit helmet and then the Zeit armor, we'll be skipping having to buy 2 sets of armor. So definitely helps us with our money. As you can see, those PSI spells, the 5 and 6, they're pretty expensive. Now the next town's going to have level 7 PSI spells, but until you get class change, you can't even buy the PSI spells because you can't use them. The game won't even let you buy them. So one thing we will be buying in the next town is a new weapon. So we'll actually be skipping a weapon. The next weapon you can technically buy is the impact rifle. We're going to skip that and go right directly to the wave rifle. Impact rifle has an attack of 27, wave rifle has 33, so it's a good way to, just save some money and increase our offense. We want to increase our offense because, like I said, we're going to be doing that level grinding, and so increasing our offense will just help us kill these enemies much quicker, make the grinding go faster. And if you're not saving PSI for ore spells, like I'm going to obviously stay at the clinic as soon as I get into this town here, so I'm just wasting some of my magic. Bolt is really effective against some enemies in here, these machine type enemies. And so I took out that 1 in 1 hit. So here's our next town, Sansia. The demons seem to be much more active lately. Moon hunting is becoming a too deadly task because of it. Your accent is funny. Where are you from, stranger? Welcome to Sansia. Here's a trading person. Water has become polluted somehow and is wrecking health on the people's health. Blah, water's green and tastes like eggs. I'm getting the runs bad from it, it tells you. Clinic here. Stay and heal up. Now if you have a whole bunch of extra money, we won't because like I said, we're on that wave rifle here. But this town you can buy the Optas, those items that increase your psych, agility, and luck by 1. So it's a way to max out all those stats. This guy tells us about a future dungeon. Actually, it's going to be our next dungeon, the Aqueduct. A man named Skiffles came through here several days ago asking about a lost treasure. Last I saw him, he went through the tunnel back to Eisenfort. See that? Probably Skiffles there. I see the opposites are very expensive, so. As are the level 7 PSI. Blitz gives you just like the fast spell. Vision is like the fade spell. Final Fantasy 1. Rumors of a labyrinth that lies to the east. Weapons of all kinds are said to be there. Because that's an army or dungeon. So we'll sell our laser gun. First we'll buy that the wave rifle. We could skip the impact rifle here. And that, like I said, help grinding go better. We won't need to buy any armor because, like I said, that Zeit armor that we're going to be getting back in that Eisenfort tunnel is going to be much better than anything we can buy here or in Eisenfort. So, and the money and the extra accessory are lower down in the in that little optional area. So we're actually going to get them much later because we're going to come back and do grinding in that section. Not now. The enemies there are way too tough to grind. In terms of grinding, we're going to try to get to level 20. Level 20 will allow us basically to get up into the aqueduct to the north. That's our next dungeon. And we just got to find grenade explosives to destroy the cave-in in the desert tunnel that we were told about in Eisenfort. So let's just see how more effective our wave rifle is here. So, they're able to take these guys out basically now in 2 hits. So, there's those Morgan enemies. We saw them a little earlier. They have a lot of magic spells or skills. So I'll go over some of those skills right now. They have the Sonic skill, which does attack damage of 20 to 80 damage points to you. A wall spell, which increases their defense by 2 to 4 points. And a crash spell, which can do 25 to 100 damage. So, pretty deadly spells they got there. Another enemy, those soldier enemies that we ran into, they had 2 spells. They look like Medusas. They have the Phantos, which does 18 to 64 damage. And they have a Sucor, which is a healing spell, 15 to 60 hit points. So a lot of enemies around here again. Quite a bunch of spells. So we're going to make another save here using one of our SRAMs. It's a good thing I use that save because I get to show off here what happens if you are defeated in battle. So I'm going to prompt an encounter here. And like I said, you hope that resets the encounter table and gives you a large amount of steps before your next encounter. So these guys we can handle pretty easily, but as you'll see, the enemies that we're going to be in here, not so easy. Even with that new Zeit helmet, we're still going to take a ton of damage. See how we get 2 benders. Taking off over 100 damage. 2 hits, we're done. So, but like I said, we saved right outside here. And that basically resets the encounter table. Heal ourselves up. And I'm going to head in here. You'll see the difference that this Zeit armor is going to make. I get lucky this time and actually managed to reach the Zeit armor. Obviously, between each of these battles, we want to heal ourselves up. There we go, we got the Zeit armor. We'll equip that. You'll see our defense goes from 36 all the way up to 59. So that'll basically allow us to survive escaping here. So that was a weak hit that guy hit, only 6, but still, it's not going to be that effective, the thing, but still, it does help a lot. As you can see, we can basically survive like maybe 5 to 6 hits now. Use a pill just in case I can't escape. Run, Sargon, run! I get to the point where I still can't run, and so I just take a chance. I'm like, oof, if they would have went before me, they would have finished me off. But if I would have used a pill, and they went before me, they would have finished me off anyway, so I was just like, well, 50-50 chance, you know, I'll just take a third run chance that succeeded. And of course I'm going to run from this guy. Sad that they don't make these guys 100% unrunnable, seeing that they're so difficult. There's no way you can fight them here now. I actually did get a game over in my test run when those guys ambushed me and defeated me before I can make it here to this Ison Fort to heal up and save my game. So let's just sell our alloy armor. And we're going to get the other 2 treasure chests that are south of where the Zeit armor was when we actually do level grinding in that area. So those enemies, they don't really, they don't give the best experience. There's better places to level. But once you hit level 35, get ready to start doing post-game stuff, all the enemies will start running from you. 35, basically, like the max level of enemies will stick around the fight. Those enemies are lucky to interesting because they never run, so it's a good place to level. So, and speaking of places, we'll be visiting a lot of old places in our next episode where we do the side quests. Take care, have a good one. Bye.